Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I hope all of you had a great Labor Day weekend. Here in New England, we had some fantastic weather and lots of sun. It was very uplifting and invigorating, so I hope all of you got to spend some time outside. So I'll tell you a little about what this reading is going to be about today. It's really interesting. I got the concept right when I woke up. It was in my head and ready, and I was like loving it. But first of all, I would like to thank you so much to the audience that has recently checked in with my videos and liked and subscribed. That's really helping me to gain traction and continue doing the readings I love so much and to share this information with you. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you're into these videos, because it's really helpful. And don't forget to comment as well. Okay, now we're going to start today's reading, which I'm very excited about. I've had a lot of energetic, like just jerks and tugs, I call them, in very romantic relationship spheres. That's why I started doing some of these reads with the tarot of sexual magic, which I have lined up above the top, which is going to be the second tier of our reading. So what today's reading is going to be, it's going to be a pick a card reading. I have 3 stacks in front of us. Now it's going to be, are they really attracted to me? And what is it about me that is attracting them? You know, whether it is your crush, maybe someone you work with, someone you've just recently started dating, someone who's in your sphere. And I'll give you the little telltale signs too. And then the top tier is where it gets a little more fun. That's the sexual magic cards. And that is telling you in more detail what will drive them and what drives them wild for you. You know, what really ignites their passion, what puts that gasoline on their fire, what just stokes their, internal flames for you, what just really gets it going. So how I set this up was, we have 1, 2, 3. The first stack is pyrite, so if you're attracted to that, meditate on that for a second. The second is this most beautiful rose quartz stone I had just got at this beautiful gem shop. I love it. It's faceted. It's so gorgeous. And then the last is a citrine. That's actually November and December, part of December's birthstone. I love that little geode. So, okay, so we got pyrite, rose quartz, and citrine. So if you want to look at those for one moment and make your selections, and it's really, I'm centering this energy and messages all around are they really attracted to you? And what about you is drawing them in? Because everybody has an essence and an energy. And remember, the higher our vibrations are, and the more acclimated we are to our environments and our comfort level, the higher sort of discerning qualities we're emitting and also attracting. It is all about frequency at the beginning of everything. You know what I mean? That you just have that person smiles at you, all of a sudden you're like, wow, there's a warmth in the air. You feel more comfortable around them. You feel energized and drawn to them. So we're going to begin the read over here on the right with the pyrite. And I'm going to start with the first 2 tarot cards. Okay, so I sense, okay, this is good. So we're having death to all this struggle and strife. We have, I'm going to put them right in the front too, because I like people to get a visual of them. We have the 10 of Swords, which is a conflict card and, sort of heartache, just strife, a lot of, so I get this feeling that if you chose this, and it's all going to turn around, and this is very nice. What they sort of find attractive to you is you have, in a sense, you like a tragic loss or some sadness to you. And a lot of people, they want to help and heal others. So they're a bit attracted by that. Some people that are constantly exuberant and up there and stuff, people find a little daunting. So I feel like you carry this sort of aura of some sadness about you and some things you're trying to come to terms with, and this significant other is drawn to you and they really want to help you. I feel like you have a cosmic connection on the level where you're here to help heal each other's hearts and help each other, and they're very attracted by that because they believe they can make a difference in your life and sphere and help buoy you. And the great thing about this is it's followed by the death card. That is transformation. You are moving away from that. And that significant other that is in your sphere and paying attention to you, they're helping you with that. Their light, they're shining on you and opening up your heart chakra because they're taking the time to not go the easy route, you know, to get in there and get with the emotions and try to help you and heal. You find that irresistible, and they find it irresistible that they can help you, because they see you as a special, gentle, sort of injured creature, and they want to help you. It's not that they look down on you. They don't think you're weak. They're not trying to get anything from you. They see you as a beautiful, pure soul. Perhaps, you know, I see a little of you being empaths and light workers and things that are givers and givers. And what perhaps this is coming in really strong, that you have given so much because you're a caretaker in this role that you have in your life of caring for others, and then stepping over that boundary and just becoming the absolute takers, and you're just giving till you can't anymore, and you feel energetically drained. So this person now that is attracted to you would like to replenish that energy and help you. I feel they are also a healer of some sort, and perhaps doctors. I see people in the medical field in your spheres, in your arenas, and let them help you. Step back. I feel like you're dropping your defenses now with death. Is completely, it's wiping those swords away. It's like, it is time for you to transform. You need to get away from the old. That didn't work for you. You gave everything you had. You exerted so much energy to try to help and heal these people around you with very little thank you, very little gratitude. And I feel as an individual, you have a ton of gratitude. And that's what is manifesting this new love, this new hope, this new energy. This person is just like, wants to come in and help and heal. And I feel like they do have medical training, Reiki, regular surgeons, things like that. They're coming in, they see that need, that maybe it's your turn for help and healing. And that's lovely. I absolutely love that, because there's many adorable, caring creatures out there that when we sometimes are down the avenue of despair, and I call it ancient hurt too. I feel that's an ancient hurt, almost from like a past life. I feel like you've always been in the healing fields, warrior type, where you're always fighting the good fight. And sometimes you're just like, shit, man, I have got to take a nap on this. I am so exhausted and drained by always fighting the good fight. You're not looking for recognition. You're not looking for medals, but you would like a little gratitude. Gratitude is the thing that just makes for a winning attitude. It's fuel. It's fuel for spiritual people. And you need that. And this person who's clearing the decks for you and bringing in new life by just putting that old thing to bed is there for you in every which way, shape, or form. So keep your eye out for people, you know, that just start talking about higher health concerns. You know, maybe when you're around any kind of medical people, Reiki, therapists. I see a lot of physical therapists. I feel like these people are born healers by nature, and they just really want to help you. And you've given enough. So now let somebody help you. And here is our oracle message. Oh, seek your destiny. I feel like autumn is the time where we are all sort of seeking that destiny. It's that magical time of year. September, October, the leaves change. We're all changing internally. We're all expanding and looking for our best selves and the best people in our lives to share it with, for sure. So that is good. So this is what you can expect. You know, you're seeking your destiny. You're knowing that you need to clear the air, get rid of that dead wood, and really just sort of let yourself breathe and receive healing yourself. And I believe when the relationships get started, this is what you can expect. This is what will fuel their passion for you. And this is what just sort of gets them all hot and bothered. It sounds like a weird mix when you have like 10 of swords and death. And it's like, but death is absolutely cleansing. It's just like getting rid of that dead wood. I cannot carry this anymore. This is somebody else's etheric heaviness, garbage, stuff that needs to be cleansed out. I'd also like, if you have sage, crystals, whatever, to heal your body, and salt baths, Epsom salts, the ocean, anything that's heavily salted, get a salt lamp. And I like citrines, which is funny because citrine is the happy stone. It doesn't carry any negative energy, and in fact it cleanses other things. If you can get some citrines just to lighten everything up, because you're in for a renewal phase, and it's gonna just restart your engine, which is fantastic. So when that goes into play, let's see what we got going on here. So the first one, very nice. Oh, Knight of Chalices. See, I see this person coming in as being very chivalrous and very honest, above board. He just wants to help. He or she just wants to help. And, that can work both ways. People that have sound virtues, sound intentions, totally above board, and they're honest. I mean, it's so refreshing because always we can look with a skeptic's eye, especially if we've been hurt. But this, I feel like, is all about kindness. And in this particular one, the Knight of Chalices is modesty. That's what gets them going, is a little modesty and a little bit of that refined, what is hidden is sometimes more mysterious and interesting than the obvious. I mean, look at the internet. We see butts flashed all over the place 24/7. I think people are tired of the obvious, and this particular person is very sensitive, and they are attracted to modesty. They really like it. It's the magic of the red candle, is awareness of oneself and sexuality born of shame or discretion. Without encounters with others, you cannot find yourself. So you have to be open to these experiences, and also, but be a little coy and just a little mysterious, and don't be so readily always available, because sometimes in the pursuit of one, people can be that hot, fast, fiery passion, and if just everything is all laid out before them within 48 hours, it's like, where's the mystery? Where's the pursuit? Male or female, they both enjoy that. You know what I mean? Like the newness and discovery. And if you discover everything in 48 hours, you kind of put a rush job on that, right? And things that are rushed, food, romance, all those things, it never works out super good. So savor everything. And remember, this particular group and type of people, they do like modesty. Oh, and strength. So this is what about you is definitely making them a little wild too. You exude this very quiet strength. I mean, you carry on. You could have chaotic things occurring all around you, and I feel like some of you have some very fast-paced jobs, and there's whether it's in the food industry, things like that, or you just have very busy family life and you're always doing a lot, but you're juggling things beautifully, and that is a huge turn on for them. The fact that you're able to get up, go here, get this done, and it's not so much that you're busy, but just that you're damn productive, and it's impressive to them, and they really like that. So that is, if that is you, that is fantastic. I am so happy for you. And again, if anybody needs that ties that one up. If anybody needs any kind of clarification, or they want a one-on-one read, there's a link below that I can do a one-on-one where I do a whole spread of like 9 cards, and it walks us through some processes. But that is utterly fantastic. Let yourself be a little rescued. Take it easy now and let this person pamper you, because I see that you deserve it, and you're such a giver. You're simply depleted, and it's your turn to receive some of the benefits of somebody's affection. Okay, so that is marvelous. Love that. Okay, so if you chose the rose quartz, which rose quartz I love, it's a stone of love, of self-love, I find people are highly attracted to it. It just sort of manifests that energy towards you of love. It helps you emit on that frequency. It's very relaxing, and the color is beautiful. Okay, so we're going to begin your read. So let's see. And again, this is what about you attracts them, and what drives them wild with passion when we move up to the second tier. Oh yeah, King of Swords. Oh wow, and the Hermit. Okay, so these people, this person, or people that are attracted to you, are absolutely attracted by your quiet but utter strength. You know what I mean? The Hermit, you know when to step back and sort of self-heal, and to study what you need to study to get balanced and together. But also, as the King of Swords, you make ultimate choices that other people would fret over for long periods of time. You make quick, smart decisions. The King is very decisive. He's very selective. He just takes emotion out of the equation. Boom, it's pure logic. They're straightforward, absolutely to the point, and You know, people rely on your judgment and they trust it, and that other person or people that are observing you find that super attractive. They're like, it's very magnetic to them because you have a quiet strength. I always feel like when it's mixed with a hermit, you know how to go out there and get things done, then you retreat and you let things balance out beautifully. You don't need to bask in some glory. You're not ego driven or celebrational, and they love that quiet, decisive strength about you. That's wonderful. You know, that's awesome. My dad was like that. He would just, you know, when he spoke, everybody would listen to him because he wasn't constantly blathering on. His words had impact because they were, you know, they weren't extra. They were just what was needed for sure. So challenge your perception. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so this speaks to lots of times we wake up and we get you know, sort of in our routine. We get dressed, we get ready for work, this and that. Our brain has already established a pattern of thought and a way we move, where we go, what we do. And sometimes we just do it with blinders on because we're always looking from the same vantage point or perspective. So sometimes just say you're in a conversation with somebody and they're speaking to you. Really think, especially if it's a conflict-based conversation from their side. Think what you look like to them. Feel what your posture is like. Feel how tight or loose your body is, your mouth. Are your eyes squinting? You know, like when people tend to get a little more tense, they start to squint. Are you leaning in towards them in an aggressive manner? Look at a completely fresh vantage point from their perspective. As this with your potential other and this person that is attracted to you right now and they're sort of quietly watching you. What do you look like to them? Try to look at it from their perspective. Do you look like you're walking with confidence, with your shoulders back? You know, calm, cool, and collected? Do you look harried, rushed, and like a superb nut job? You can gauge yourself. Nobody knows you truer than you do. You know when you're getting a little off kilter. And I use a lot of self-talk when I get like that. And the areas that happens to me is usually in my vehicle when everybody is driving like an idiot plus a moron, and I just can't take it because they're cutting people off, they're entitled, impatient, whatever. But really look from their perspective, because I feel this is also one of the things that they find very attractive about you is you have empathy towards other people's viewpoints. You are not ego driven of me, I need this, I'm doing that. You are, oh, well, what if, you know, what if Carol needed this? What if Sharon needed to go here? Why don't you go take care of that on your lunch break? You have a big heart. You are concerned with others' things. Sometimes you do seem a little cutting with that sharp tongue because you want to get to the point and you want answers and you want to resolve things. You know, just sort of take a deep breath, step back and be like, how can I look at this from another perspective that doesn't seem so, you know, just a little cool or a little too, there's a perfect word for this, but I'm not going to be able to find it. You know, a little, just sort of like judgmental is close enough. You know, when you get that little time to be a little more reflective and see it from a new perspective, you'll realize how it looks. Be like, what if somebody was speaking to me right now, how I'm speaking to them? Would I like that? Would I feel relaxed? Would I feel receptive? And the more you're doing that, the more empowered you become, the more you're manifesting this good energy of people welcoming your opinion and coming to you, because I feel like you do have a position of authority where you are, whether it's in your family or your business, for sure. And people like that. They love that you have that ability to resolve issues quickly. They find that very attractive. Now, this is what drives them wild with passion about you. The 9 of Chalices. Oh, that's a lovely card. So it's the 9 of Chalices. And also, oh, you're big on chalices, which is offerings. And 4 of Chalices. Okay, so let's see. In terms of that, 9 is euphoria, the magic of the lantern. The light of the lantern ensures a triumph of love and overwhelms his senses. It dispels rivals and hesitations. So what makes this person crazy for you is I feel like when they approach or when this time comes, they might already be in your sphere. is that when they're speaking to you, you absolutely make them feel like they are the only person in this room, in this state, in the world. Like, you give your undivided attention, and they love that. They feel cherished. They feel like your absolute focus is on them, and that makes them crazy with passion for you, because everybody wants to feel special, and that has all kinds of cool chemical ramifications in the body. Everything starts almost shortwire, because people are so used to having 10%, 15, 20% of someone's attention. Their phone is usually in their face. They have documents in front of them, but no, you switch right off. When you're interested in someone and vice versa, you stop completely and you are focused on them, and that makes them insanely mad with passion for you, because they just feel so cherished, and it's an adrenaline rush. It's all those things. So that's pretty good. And then let's see, you also have the Four of Chalices. I love all the cups. Now, habits, the magic of the scissors, of the magnet, and the coin. Immobility, habit, and indifference caused by routine must be fought. So your new perspective, you're looking at things from fresh perspectives now. So you're not letting things get stale. When they come up to you, they love your fresh banter, your concise wit. It's not saying you always have to be the life of the party, but you always have that second for them, like your eye-to-eye contact when you pass in the hall, wherever you are, that you just give them that moment, you know what I mean? And it makes them feel like things aren't, and you don't say the same old things, how's it going? You know how some people have those catchphrases, just those habits of always saying the same thing. And I think it's lazy, because it's not, it's kind of like that indifference of whatever, you're just here. You do not have that about you. You have that like brightness, and there's an energy that goes between two people when they are authentically happy and pleased to see one another. Now, when you add attraction into that equation, it's a whole nother level. I mean, there are so many evidences of attraction and stuff, just the way people, they don't even know, they lean into each other, their hips are jutted out a little bit more, their palms are open because they're very receptive, their pupils dilate, lots of times they touch their neck or stroke their hair out of just a little self-preservation of nerves. It's all kinds of funny little things. They blink more. It's all kinds of cute little cues that you can follow. And this is fantastic, because they do find you charming. And again, just be out there and remember, it's like fresh perspectives, and be like, what can I do today to add a little sparkle and charm to someone's day? And they appreciate that, and they really like it. So that's fantastic. I hope that resonated with you. And I said to my earlier picks too, if anybody needs any more clarification or a longer thing, what I do for some private reads is I do a 9-card spread. I do a 3-3-3, and it storyboards out the progression of the relationships and some tips and things that help keep a balance. Because what happens sometimes when passion runs rife is people want to race the hell out of it. They want to get to that finish line so fast. They want to know everything about that. It's all about a little mystery and pacing and cherishing those moments, just like a meal. You don't want to wolf down all your food. You'll get a stomach ache. You won't know where it went, that type of thing, about savoring. So yeah, if you need any more clarification underneath there's a link for private read. So if you need that, just let me know. Because I find the most fascinating thing is just the energy that passes between two people that are highly attracted to each other. It's phenomenal. And it's amazing what they will do. Just think of sound long marriages. These people have been through such hectic, crazy things, and childbirth and all those things together, where if you just had a casual friend, you dump their ass in a hot biscuit, because it'd just be too much. But with that significant other, you are willing to just walk through fire for them. And it's amazing. So that's a really great read if you chose that. Congratulations. I love that rose quartz. That's the love stone. So let me see. So we are going to move on to this group. If you chose number 3, which is the citrine, it's such a beautiful stone. I love that. Let's see what we have in store. Okay, we have the 8 of Wands. So things are moving quickly. Ooh, and 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Dude, what do we got? We got 8 and 5. Nice. Okay. Okay, let me just take a breath, because I get so many I get so many pictures in my head and so many messages at once that I almost want to speed up. But I said in one of my other readings too, I prefer when a speaker is speaking in a calmer, clearer cadence. I almost feel hurried, or my heart rate increases when someone who I'm learning from, like a professor, whatever, is speaking too quickly. I feel anxiety over it. So I'm purposely trying to slow my cadence down. Okay. So what I feel about this, and again, this is about what about you attracts them, and then what drives them absolutely wild with passion about you. And that is our second tier. But our first tier with this, with the Eight of Wands, and Wands being action, and then followed by the Pentacles, they are attracted to you putting your ideas into motion like nobody's business. You're an action taker. You're not sitting back going, well, oh, so-and-so will take care of that. No, if you have an idea, you want to implement that immediately. And that, whether it be a coworker that's seeing you, or a family friend, or your new significant other, or just someone who has their eye on you, they love that. They love your take charge attitude and the fact that you have that confidence in yourself. I mean, never underestimate confidence, because it absolutely stuns some people. I mean, I've approached people in certain arenas where I've been, I just had to be at the forefront and go up and speak to them with a big smile and stand close to them and shake their hand. They almost get a little jarred or rattled because it's so intense to have someone's absolute focus on them. You know what I mean? Especially if they're just like eye to eye. Nobody has their face on their phone. None of that is going on. And that is impressive about you. You're like, if somebody says, hey, you know what? We should make a trip and take a nice trip to, a waterfall or a park, wherever. You're like, yes, we should do that. Bam, you Google it, boom, you have the Airbnb, bam, guess what, we're going. You find the money for it, 5 of coins. You are good with your assets. They find that impressive, because a lot of people don't manage money well. People think, well, if they have a house and a car and a family, they're great at that. Not necessarily, but you know how to get the coins, you know how to put the work in to acquire them. You have it balanced, but you are totally about getting it done. Your actions back your words. If you say, I'm going to be there, you're there. They find that so impressive, and they find that just, like an aphrodisiac. They're like thoroughly impressed by that. So keep up the good work. Very nice. And then you have observe the silence. So being such an action Jackson, you at times need to recuperate your energy and just sort of rewind, back up, and have quiet time, whether it's quiet music, water. I feel like you do really well if you just had a walk on the beach, in the forest, and just observing only the sound of nature. No devices. You don't even need music. When you're outside, it's just that absolute silence. So your brain and heart can let emotions wash over you, and you can really set your intentions and your manifestations, especially if this significant other, this person out there that's attracted to you, you want to raise your vibration to attract them, and because you want to attract the best person that's going to just help raise everything about you, your awareness, your love, your passion, your fire, your creativity, all those things, the highest of the highest. So observing the silence and letting all that wash over and through you, you're garnering that energy to manifest that person to you. And that is beautiful. That is really beautiful. Okay, so let's do this. Now this is what makes them absolutely mad with passion for you. What's going on there? Some of these are... Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, one of the other readings had knights in it too, and I love the knights because they're so chivalrous. So this is what drives them passion. And I'm going to read the little snippets from the books because they have great things. And judgment. So let me see. All right, what do we got? The Knight of Pentacles. Nice. Okay, so this is all about the magic of the green lemon. That's interesting. Waiting allows the desired fruit to ripen, while haste makes every chalice bitter. Okay, so this is something funny. They like to be slowly enchanted by you. They like mystery. They like, anybody can do obvious. Anybody can wear Daisy Dukes and have all their butts all over the world. And who really cares about that? Been done. That's lacking authenticity. That's lacking balance. And it's lacking modesty. This person is attracted to modesty. And, you know, just saying that, the desired fruit to ripen. It's like if you just meet each other and you start having sex that second. Yes, it's passionate, but that's not based on anything. You have not let the embers burn. You had not brought the water to a boil. You simply just, bam, that whole thing, and done and over. You know, the fruit is not ripened. Nothing has happened. So in this thing, you are slowly just making an enchanted dance, and they're very piqued by that. They love that, and they love that, you know, in their mind, you're doing these special little things for them, you know, when you're these little flourishes, whether you're putting, like, I don't know, a little glitter on or wearing high heels or whatever you're doing. And, you know, they're noticing all those details, and that's what's driving them wild, because you're also modest enough where you're not doing obvious things like boobs out to the moon and all that sort of thing, you know. It's just the magic of the little enchantments that you know, that just raise the desire in somebody. So that's really beautiful. Let's see what judgment is about. That's interesting. I haven't had that one yet. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so love at first sight, the magic of sound. Sound changes the level of the spirit. The unexpected bursts forth to transform a stagnant situation. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but something just really, really came to my head really loudly. This voice said, your laugh drives them wild. So I feel like quite a bit of you out there, you either like to sing or your laughter drives them wild with passion. They love it. They also, they love the fact that you think they have a sense of humor, and they want to hear you laugh because they love your laugh. They find it melodic and soothing, and because they're so attracted to you, the fact that they can make you laugh is such an individual, cool thing to them, and that's, you know, that's like an aphrodisiac for sure for them. And also, and then hearkening back to that, you know, the knight just being so chivalrous about that. They love the fact that you're a lady or you're a gentleman. You know, you're not saying disgusting, graphic things in order to get a quick response. You know, it's a lovely, just quiet dance of passion. That's why I always find the flamenco dancers and the Spanish dancers, I mean, it's done with so much passion, but it's like, it's ritualistic, and they love that. And you'll see them doing little things, you know, that brighten your day and stuff. But they're subtle about it too. But yeah, you're making them crazy just with your natural self, which is really beautiful. So what I'd let the other two choices know too, if you want anything else in lengthy detail or more descriptions, I do a 9-card layout where I have 3 oracles, 3 tarot, and 3 of these, and I really do like a long meditation on it. And I just because I do get strong pictures, especially when I'm dealing one-on-one with individuals. So if you need a more personalized read, if you click on the link below, that has my all my information down there too. You know, a lot of people struggle a little bit with romance and stuff when people approach them, because it can short circuit people. You know, there's an energy that passes between two people when they are interested in one another in that thing, and people can really just sort of short circuit because it can overwhelm them, especially if they've had things in the past that they felt were harmful due to romance. So they have blockages, they have all these things. So I've studied in depth about how to clear those blockages and to care for yourself, and to know when to open up and let those barriers down so you can be receptive. And it's, again, all about keeping your high vibrations so you're attracting the right type of person and energy, you know, especially when they're sort of looking at you and deciding, is this person right for me? So there's certain attributes that people have that attract others, and it's very interesting. It's always different, it's always personal, and it's always very individualistic. So yeah, if that was you, that's fantastic. This seems to be a really hot and passionate time of year, I find. I mean, normally I wasn't even going to do types of readings like this, and I started reading up on it and investigating and studying it more and more. And I was starting to get a lot of people do not have the answers for themselves because it's so, again, there's not a fresh perspective. Everybody has that old perspective. Oh my God, if I do this, or those crazy books like Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, or whatever the hell those things are. But everybody wants the same things. They want to be loved and cherished and noticed. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And everybody wants to just get a little hugging and loving every once in a while, but definitely to be noticed, because I think that there's nothing more feared in someone's life than to just become invisible. For sure. Everybody knows that. We all, and to be passionate is to be alive, right? To know you've sparked that spark and those embers and all those things get stuff. It's like, seriously, it's like a spark plug. You just like, psh, you're charged and ready to go. And it's such a beautiful thing. And you know, I feel like the more it's discussed and the more people are open with it and their love, their heart chakras open, all those things, everything comes out in the open. And you, again, educate and communicate. Always communicate with that person. Always be honest. Always be, on the up and up. That's what makes clear sailing. You're just like, this is what I like. This is what I won't accept. This is what I expect. That's it. People love honesty. They don't like people pleasing, and that's fine. That's fine, because then they don't know where they stand. So honesty, again, communicate and just educate. It's very simple. So listen, everybody, I want to thank you so much for all your liking and subscribing and your comments. It's been so cool. I mean, this weekend, just like everything got elevated to such a higher level, and I'm so happy. And there was such a big response with these cards. So I'm just going to keep on going with them, because I get a lot of clear messages, and I find the energy of these cards very beautiful. And you guys you really seem to like them. And thank you for participating, because I'm here for you. I want everybody to sort of just feel connected, know there's answers, know they're valued, know they're loved, and you guys are, and you're fantastic. So thank you again, and I'll talk to you guys soon.